Hello, in this video I'm going to play my favorite sounds from the Arturia Synclavier V plugin. It's a virtual recreation of the New England Digital Synclavier, which came out in the late 70s. It was a synth that was way ahead of its time. In fact, it was so advanced that certain components from it were used by NASA in the Galileo 2 space probe, which is pretty cool in my book. So let's go ahead and take a listen right now. Synclavier V starting off strong there on the preset front. Apologies also for my noggin being in the way. Smooth vibes now from Synclavier V. Arpeggiator action. Some rusty sounding bells now. This next Synclavier V patch has a lot of character. Now some presets that have some of that early digital magic. The second C note on this Arturia key step is busted, unfortunately. Doesn't excuse my keyboard playing though. Some of these sounds and textures show how far ahead Synclavier was. Seems to me like Synclavier was almost like a blueprint for sound designers, and that many of the ideas and concepts pioneered in this ahead of its time groundbreaking synth were later implemented in Rompler sounds, for example. So essentially this synth was like 10 years ahead of its time. I should clarify that that's just my opinion though. While bass isn't necessarily a strong suit, atmosphere is. Next up, some ASMR for your synth soul. Some of these sounds really change in terms of timbre when you move up and down the octaves. Now, I don't know what sonic, fresh fairy tale hell we're about to enter, but don't say I've warned you. I know, my timing isn't great. Just focus on the sound though. Next up, some bass from the Synclavier V, which I could totally see fitting into some sci-fi library music. Not too shabby. I like how this Arturia emulation imparts a certain amount of digital grit to all these sounds. Every now and again, this Arturia plugin throws a curveball. That was some tasteful soundtracky business coming out of the Synclavier V. A commendable digital bass. Let's move over to some stringy pads. Next up, more of a sound effect with some rich harmonics. This next sound reminds me of Legovelt. And now another niche sound with arpeggiation. Octave up. And finally a trumpety lead. Okay, I think that will do it for today. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so by leaving a thumbs up, a comment, or subscribing if you haven't done so already. All those things really help, and they encourage me to keep making videos. Additionally, there's also a channel compilation, a music compilation of music featured on this channel on other videos that you can get for a couple of bucks. The Bandcamp link is in the description, so go ahead and check that out. Have a great one.